Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus. We're on part 79. So last time out, we finished off the final pillar. And now we're making preparations to enter the final dungeon of the game. So basically at this point, if you wanted to, you can just finish, end this night and basically just go straight to the final boss if you want to, just by heading to the gym area, like the main hall, basically. If you do, if that, you know, so you can just go off and do that if you want to. Gym, there you go to the gym, just if you want to finish off. But if you've maxed out, if you've got for everybody you've got the card from, you know, you've maxed out their social link. If you've maxed out their social link, then you will unlock their final bonding episode where you have a long drawn out chat with them. But basically Asuka's is a little bit different because you kind of because she just basically tells him, hey, you should get some sleep, you know, you should get some rest, you're probably a bit knackered at this point. Sorry. You're probably a bit knackered at this point, you need to go to bed. And it kind of cuts short. Basically, if you got her final friendship episode unlocked, then basically you have this little scene, and then just before you go to bed, before you go to the gym, basically you have one final scene where she kind of calls you up to the roof and you have a, you know, your long chat then. But anyway, we now chat with Mitsuki, who is still up and about, I see. Still getting stuff ready for the final assault of the final dungeon tomorrow. So why don't we have a little bit of tea with Mitsuki here? So yeah, basically everybody that you've maxed out your social link with, and you've unlocked the final friendship episode with, it's at this point where you can kind of chat to them and basically chat to them in preparation for the final dungeon. Before the final dungeon, it's kind of basically the last little bit of social interaction with all the major characters before you kind of disappear off into fight against these enemies to go into the final dungeon. Yeah, and this is pretty much what the final conversations kind of amount to. Kind of basically, you've all the characters basically saying, you know, that Ko has basically helped them out so much over the course of the game, and given them advice when they really needed it, even if they never asked for it. And so this time before Ko goes in to face what he's going to face in the final dungeon, it's their turn to kind of offer their support and, you know, kind words to him to basically make sure that he's ready for what he has to deal with in the final dungeon. And that's what Mitsuki's doing here, just basically talking about all the help that Ko has given her over the course of the game, and basically that she will offer any support, moral or otherwise, that he is going to need to help him deal with what he needs to deal with in the final dungeon. So yeah. So that's our final little conversation with Mitsuki. All ready. Fucking hell, sorry. All ready for tomorrow. I don't think... Do you get any points for it? I can't remember. Oh yeah, you do. But we're already at max soul rank, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, you get a little bit of bonus. Sorry, bonus experience for everyone that you go and chat to. So it is worth it for the most part. Shio kind of notices it, you know, Ko's wandering around a bit. He's obviously feeling a bit restless and anxious for what's going to come tomorrow. Slap him on the back. This late? This late you're grabbing coffee? Jesus Christ. Yeah, Shio isn't really helping too much here. Because Asuka and Mitsuki were talking about, you know, how Ko should... He needs to rest up now, man. You need to rest up, and Shio's like, let's get coffee. The one thing we need before we go to bed. So I also kind of like how the final bonding events kind of bring everything together in terms of the character you're speaking to, their own personal kind of their own personal growth and kind of development over the course of the game. So it makes sense for Shio to be talking about his old mate, Kazuya, was it, I think? The former head of the Blaze who passed away. So I think it makes sense that he would be reminiscing about him at this point. Kazuma, there you go. I didn't think it was Kazuma because I was thinking of Kazuma is from Konosuba, so I didn't think they used the same name, but because it's been a while since we talked about him. But and Shio finally gets it. That basically he can't keep comparing himself to Kazuma the whole time, and he has to kind of go his own path and do his own thing and kind of you know, do the best that he personally can. Yeah, and ending with a little bit of advice for Ko. Yeah, basically saying that pretty much the same thing as Mitsuki, that, you know, you can rely on us whenever you need to, if the burden of what you're thinking about at this moment in time, if it's too great, then you can always just rely on us. They'll always have, you know, because they'll always have his back. Yep, so we met up with Shio. I think he's at max rank. Yeah, he's at max rank as well. You actually don't get a lot for these. Shio-rising the neighborhood. Wow, that's a title of a trophy. I think, do you know what that is? I think that's the first time that I did Shio's final friendship episode. So, yeah, I'll probably get at least one or two of those, because first playthrough you can't, there's no way you can max out everybody's rank enough to get everybody's final friendship episode. So yeah, now we're meeting up with Rion, and I kind of like the fact that with Rion, it's kind of the similar kind of thing with her, you know, that kind of playful teasing that she does with Ko a little bit. It's kind of nice that she doesn't, that she kind of keeps doing that kind of thing. You know, she doesn't let stuff get to her too much. It's character consistency. Yeah, and like I say, we talk a little bit here about how she's in a much stronger place at this point, that, you know, she you know, wants to kind of sorry, be strong for the rest of her teammates at Spiker, and how she's not kind of doubting herself so much anymore because of everything that's kind of happened over the course of the game. But and like I said, similar thing sorry, similar thing with Mitsuki and Shio, that she just wants to kind of help put him at ease so that he's ready for the final act tomorrow. Yeah, and I like the little references that Rion's the one, pretty much the only. Try to remember. Yeah, I think she's pretty much the only one who mentions Shiori as well, as, you know, wanting to do this for Ko, but also wanting to do it for Shiori as well. Kind of help Ko through it so that he can help Shiori. Which I think works. And I like co-referencing earlier on in the a couple of parts ago, where she kind of talks to Ko and kind of talks about Shiori and kind of snaps him out of the funk that he's in, so that he's ready to continue on dealing with the pillars and stuff like that. And yes, Rion is also at rank 6, so we're okay there. So now let's go hang out with Ryouta. He's still hanging out at the front entrance. Keep an eye on the barrier. In all honesty, the final friendship episodes in your first playthrough for Ryouta and Jun in particular are actually really hard to get, because you're trying to, in the first playthrough, get the social rank up of the characters that are in your party who can fight, because you want to get them as super strong as possible, you know what I mean? So you want to try and get their rank up sooner, which kind of leaves Ryouta and Jun out of it, because they're not really around to fight all that much. Ryouta doesn't fight at all, I don't think, and Jun only in specific sections as the white shroud. But yeah, so Ryouta and Jun ones are the hardest ones to kind of get, and it's likely that you will find it really hard to get them if on your first playthrough. I mean, I only got it here on the New Game Plus, from what I remember. So yeah, but the Ryouta one, I kind of like how it's Ko kind of apologizing a little bit and trying to have having a bit of a heart-to-heart with Ryouta. It's one of the few moments where I like, because I don't dislike Ryouta, but Ryota's kind of basically a side character, and Ryota's basically just like the Joker, doesn't really take anything seriously kind of character, who's constantly joking about shit and doesn't really take anything kind of super seriously. So I kind of like that they have a heart-to-heart here with Ko kind of apologizing for making Ryouta kind of worry when he's going off and doing all these things with the XRC, and at the same time Ryouta kind of letting him know, you know, how he feels with all of the stuff happening, with all the stuff he's had to do, because he had to deal with quite a lot with Shiori going missing, Ko and all of his shit with the XRC, and then the revelation about what's going on with Jun as well, that, you know, he's, like he says in the dialogue there, he's like this superhero white shroud. So he's had a lot of shit to kind of deal with. And so, yeah, it's again Ryouta just trying to basically say that I feel so useless, but, you know, I'm doing everything in my power to kind of help you out. And you can always rely on me and Jun to kind of help you through it. And you've got to bring Shiori back. That's basically the gist of what Ryouta's saying here. And I like it. I like that Ko brings mention to it. I kind of like that Ryouta, that Ko kind of calls out Ryouta out for it a little bit, saying, yeah, you're such a jokey asshole, and here you being such a, you're a cool dude. It's so not like you, buddy. Which I kind of like. But yeah, so that's our deal with Ryouta. I don't... Did we max out? No, see, I'm only at level 5. Yeah, and there you go. That Ryouta guy, he's cool. I like that. I do really like that one. Yeah, I didn't max out, or I didn't get Ryouta and Jun's final friendship episode on my playlist, you know, on my first playthrough. So I think it's pretty much you have to get Ryouta's and Jun's. I think you have to do every single one. Like every time Ryouta and Jun pop up as a potential to do their friendship episodes, you have to do every single one. Between now and the end of the game, and then with the main cast, the ones that you battle with and that are in your party, you have to get their rank up to rank 6, to the max rank, in order to get theirs. From what I remember. Oh, it's Shining Kid. And I like Jun's here. I like Jun's final friendship episode here, because it is a bit more of a... We get a bit more of background into the Knights of Auden, and basically a little bit more into Jun's background about, you know, what happened with him and the church, and you know, how he got to come to the school and all that kind of thing. How he met, you know, Ko and the rest. And I kind of like even now that Ko's trying to tell Jun that basically, yeah, the member who's the knight, the member of the Knights of Auden, that's you, but also the person that we've come to know and love at school. That's also the real you too. Kind of like how he's still kind of Ko's still kind of reassuring him even at this point, when he's the one that needs it probably the most. The real us. And this actually plays into the This plays into stuff that happens in the final dungeon, talking about the real us, but we will see what that means in the final dungeon. Yep. So Jun's still gonna be fighting for the knights, but he's also going to be fighting for his friends, including Shiori. Ah, see, there we go. Jun mentioned Shiori as well. And so did Ryouta, actually. I'm talking out my ass. There we go, that's our little talk with Jun. Holy Cross gets taken, and yeah, now we're at rank 5 with Jun. But that's going to be it for this part. Join me next time for the next part of Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus, when we'll be finishing off with talking with the final friendship episodes before we move on to the final dungeon. So yeah, see you next time.